Today is Tuesday, the 21st of March, and this is from the South. Bolivian President Evo Morales oversaw an Aymara ceremony earlier this Tuesday to support Bolivia's sea access claim against Chile. Bolivia has issued its latest reply at the International Court of Justice in The Hague on the matter. In June, Chile filed a lawsuit in The Hague regarding a dispute over the Silala River, which the two nations share, after Morales threatened to charge Chile for water rights. 3 policemen were killed and 7 officers wounded in attacks on police across Guatemala on Monday night. The attacks came hours after a bloody gang riot in a juvenile detention center was shut down. Authorities indicated that 8 attacks were carried out against police stations and patrol cars in the capital, Guatemala City. Nearly 100,000 Peruvians have been affected by torrential rains and floods, which have killed at least 75 people. Over 260 others have been injured and 20 have gone missing. According to the latest official report, some 630,000 people have been affected. Flood victims are struggling to recover, and relief workers in the country continue to face challenges. 9 Bolivian citizens arrested in Chile over the weekend appeared in court on Monday as the incident stirred tension between the two countries. Local television showed the Bolivians being escorted into a court in the northern city of Pozo Almonte and listening to the proceedings. Chilean President Michelle Bachelet has defended the arrest after Bolivian authorities said the men had been kidnapped illegally. According to Bolivia's VP, the men were carrying out operations against contraband being smuggled into Bolivia from Chile. Officials from Brazil's health ministry carried out inspections of meat at supermarkets in Rio de Janeiro on Monday amidst accusation that officials received bribes to certify tainted meat. Police called out BRFSA and JBSSA along with dozens of smaller rivals last week after a 2-year probe into meat packers. The companies allegedly paid off inspectors and politicians to overlook improper practices. In the fallout, export markets in the EU, USA and China have cut meat imports from Brazil. Over 15,000 public sector workers took part in an anti-austerity protest in Brussels calling for improved working conditions. They were also protesting against the government's inability to agree a new budget for the sector. The march follows on from widespread protest action across the country. Over 940 refugees arrived at the port of Catalina, Italy earlier this Tuesday. Many pregnant women were on board, with one giving birth on the boat. Rescuers have picked up over 5,000 migrants in the last 2 days. Boat arrivals to Italy have surged by roughly 50% compared with the same time period last year. Ousted South Korean President Park Geunhye apologized to the nation as she arrived at the Supreme Prosecutor's office in Seoul for questioning over corruption allegations. Park was impeached by Parliament in December 2016 after facing accusations of conspiring with her close friend to extort tens of millions of dollars from businesses. She has officially been expelled from office and could face criminal charges for her role in the corruption case. At least 4 people were killed when a car bomb exploded at a checkpoint close to the presidential compound on Somalia's capital. According to security officials at the scene, the checkpoint was rammed by a car driven by a suicide attacker, causing a blast outside a theater that left soldiers and civilians among the dead. It was not immediately clear who was responsible for the attack. Visitors flocked to the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan, raising their hands to greet the sun during spring equinox celebrations. In order to receive the first rays of the sun and to gather energy for the year, tourists and locals alike trekked up the imposing pyramid in the sacred city located north of Mexico City. More on these and other stories on our website telesurtv.net/English.